This is your Northwoods hunting tip of the week. Now, you maybe have watched these hunting tips each week and you want to get into hunting, but you feel it's too expensive to do so. And that's simply not the case. It can be if you allow it to be. But I have a 870 Remington shotgun with 2 barrels, a CVA muzzle loader. I purchased both of them at a reputable certified gun shop. They were both used and got a great deal on them compared to what they would cost if they were brand new. My compound bow was brand new, but because of the bow shop and the knowledge that that shop has, they have a multitude of variations of here's where I want to stay in my budget, and they will make that work for you. Hunting clothes can be purchased at the end of the season or at thrift stores. So hunting does not have to be really expensive if you get creative and know how to save a few pennies here and there. This has been your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. This is your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. I was wanting to hunt a stand that was affixed to a tree that had a solid platform on it, and now it has 6 inches of snow on it. So I went purposely in the middle of the afternoon to go to that stand to clean it off so I could hunt, so I wasn't doing it in the morning with a flashlight in my mouth. Now, that stand has a solid platform, and I cleaned all the snow off of it, and whenever I got on there, it's still, you could hear that of that snow between the boots and the platform. So I had brought an extra jacket along in order to keep warm, which I did not need. So I put that on the platform in order to muffle and eliminate the noise in which my feet were making as I would need to adjust if a shot was presented to me. Did not see any deer, but also was able to keep quiet, and that was not the reason the deer were not around. This has been your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. This is your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. If you can afford, cellular trail cameras can really advance your hunting success. We have 2 on our property. They're Tacticams. We paid for them ourselves. We put them out in June and bring them in December. Now we find that in June, July, August, the summer months, when the leaves are on the trees and there's moisture in the air, due to our low service area, we don't always get images of what's in front of the camera. Come in fall, we do get images. We run them off of a battery box, an ammo box with a 12-volt battery inside of it. And we have figured and found that it really helps our strategy that if we are planning to go to one stand in the afternoon and we're going to go there and there's deer on the camera currently, we'll back away and go in a different direction so we don't spook them. As well as if at night we were going to go to one stand tomorrow, but there are deer in the other area, we will work our way into that area and hunt. And that has been very successful for us. This has been your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. This is your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. There's a lot of things you can do with a deer in addition to the meat. If time allows, you can make deer bone broth. I bury the heads of the deer in which I harvest buck and doe in order to make European mounts, and also to look at the jaw and the teeth wear of it, just for my own curiosity. I also skin the deer out and freeze that hide during the winter months, and then when spring breaks, I take the pressure washer and blow the excess material off the hide and tan it myself with that little orange bottle you get from Amazon. If you've never done these things before, that doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you haven't done it before. And it's a very easy process. There's many great instructional videos online to do just these things. This has been your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. This is your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. Digital media is wonderful and gives you a lot of information on hunting and hunting tips. However, physical media, in hand, VHS tapes, DVDs, is also a great way in order to learn. I collected some growing up on the farm, had about 24, and over the last year I have searched out over 100 additional DVDs and VHS tapes from some of the most popular programs that I grew up with: Realtree, Primos, Nightingale, H&S Strut, and a bunch more. I purchased most of mine, I find, at thrift stores and in group purchases on places like Marketplace and Macari. I've also found on Marketplace where people are giving them away in my local area, and I received 46 for free. You can take these to your hunting camp and watch them without internet. This has been your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. This is your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. Now that hunting season is over in most locations, you can start scouting for next year simply by going in the woods and looking for sheds. If you don't have trail cameras set up or don't want to pay the monthly fee until later on in the year, you can go out and find the sheds. Now, when it snows on the ground, it's easy to find them. You can see travel routes, you can find bedding areas, you can find feeding areas. Those are locations in which you're going to find antlers. I found this one here during turkey season. I went out early, couldn't find anything, and then during turkey season, I found this. Now, animals have ate on this, and that's what's going to happen if you don't find them soon enough. So go out and find those antlers, see what you can find, and find a pair or what's in your area. This has been your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. This is your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. We all have schedules, and sometimes those schedules prohibit us from getting in the woods as frequently as we would like to hunt and enjoy God's great outdoors. But we must maximize the time we do have available, and we can safely get in the woods to hunt the animals that we're seeking. I recently received a comment under a deer hunting video where this individual shot the biggest buck they ever had taken on public land in 2022. It was 20 degrees with a 20-mile-an-hour wind, and this buck ran by 5 empty tree stands to get in front of this individual for them to harvest it, because those 5 hunters thought it was too cold to go out. So as long as you can bear the temperatures, dress properly, and can be safe in the woods, any time in the woods is a good time. As this individual pointed out, the deer are out there regardless, and we should be out there if we want to harvest them. This has been your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. This is your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. There are hunters that go in the woods for decades and only have ever shot bucks. They've never harvested a doe. In order to have a good, proper deer herd, you do need to harvest some of those does. Now, bucks taste differently in rut versus outside of the rut, and does taste like beef if cooked properly. In the state of Wisconsin where I hunt, you sign up for a bow license or a gun license, you are automatically given a buck tag for both of those. And later on in the year, you'll have the opportunity to purchase antlerless only bonus tags in counties for public and private land based on the population estimate on it. You should look at purchasing some of those antlerless only tags in your area to allow you to have more time in the woods to hunt. And if you don't want to take the doe, states offer Feed the Hungry programs where you can donate it to a locker and they'll process the meat and feed somebody in need. This has been your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. This is your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. I grew up on a farm, and when we harvested our deer, all those deer went to the butcher and was made completely into summer sausage until my teenage years, when I came across a $3 DVD at Walmart that demonstrated how to skin and butcher out your own deer. Deer would always go at least one to this butcher shop for summer sausage, but all the ones that I harvested would get butchered out and cut in specific cuts of meat, and the guys would come over and we would eat that and cook it in certain ways. I still do that to this day on my own property, and find unique ways in order to cut meat for specific dishes, like deer shank roast that I recently found that has become one of my favorites that I will be utilizing multiple times with what I have left of deer. This has been your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. This is your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week. Season has come to a close, but now is a good time to reflect on the stands in which you've hunted and what adjustments you need to make. This is a pallet blind that I harvested 2 deer out of in 4 days. As you look down this old logging road, there's a lot of trash that has fallen that was on the ground prior to this stand being erected. So, as you can see, looking from where the deer were located on the last day of hunt, I would not have been able to get a clean shot at them because of all the downed trees looking back at the blind here. So what I will do is notate this and come in with a chainsaw and clean a shooting path so I can get that 70, 80, 90 yard shot and not have to rely on the deer coming in to 40 to 50 yards. This has been your Northwoods Hunting Tip of the Week.